welcome to Library Connection. I'm Mandy Cantrell from the B.B. Comer Memorial Library here in Sylacauga. Before I get started, I want to thank TV47, especially thank Chris for all he does and all they do to help us put on our program. Today I'm talking with two people that are in the Wind in the Willows Southern Dance and Performing Arts Company's production coming up. Seth Petit and Janie Giddens. Thank you guys for joining me this morning.
Thank you
for having us.
That's great. I know, Seth, you had to miss a little bit of school.
Yeah, I'm totally fine with that.
I'm sorry, or you're welcome. One of those two.
Yeah, yes, ma'am.
Great. Well, I'm so glad y'all are here to talk about Wind in the Willows. First of all, before I even get into talking with you, tell us when the production is and how to get tickets.
Well, we will open on March the 27th. We'll have Thursday, Friday, and Saturday.
February 27th.
February 27th,
right.
I said March. Yes, February 27th, 2 weeks.
Okay.
Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night at 7 that
Okay.
weekend.
Yes.
The next weekend, we'll have a Friday night show and a Saturday afternoon matinee show. We'll also have school shows on the 2 weeks on the week in between 2 days.
Okay,
So,
there they are. Yeah.
Yes, it's on
February and March. It's both of them.
yes, it runs
Yep.
into March.
And you can get tickets at sdpack.net,
.net, yes.
right, or call. Right, and
Yes.
it's at B.B.
B.B.
Comer
Comer.
High School. Great. All right. Well, good. I hope you'll go. I have been to probably almost all of y'all's performances, and they are wonderful.
Thank
I
you.
enjoy
Thank
them
you.
so much. But I'm glad you guys joined us this morning. Let's start by just telling a little bit about yourself. You want to start, Seth?
Yes, ma'am. I'm currently a senior at B.B. Comer High School, and I've just finished my senior year of football season. It was very, very fun. And yeah, I love doing theater. This is definitely a newfound passion I found, within the last year, and I just
Good.
absolutely love it. So.
That's great. And Janie?
Well, I think most everybody around here knows me, so I don't have to talk too much about myself. I want to talk about this young man.
Oh, please do.
He has been such a jewel. He joined us last year with our Cinderella show,
Yes.
and just did a little dance part just to help us out because we needed guys.
Oh.
Now he's doing a main singing character and doing a fabulous job.
Wow.
As are a lot of our kids. We're really blessed in this area with the talent that we have.
Yeah.
We are, aren't we? I've been so impressed with the ones I've seen, and some of the kids I've seen were very quiet, maybe when I knew them coming in the library, and now they're on stage singing and dancing, so that's great.
Yes, I've seen so much growth with our kids in just the last few years through the theater, and it makes me proud.
It does. Okay, Seth, so this is not your first performance, right? How many performances have you done?
I've done 2 previous. She talked about Cinderella.
Yeah.
That was kind of my first step into theater. It was a small dancing role. I had so much fun with that. And then next we had Little Women, and I played the role as John Brooke, and I absolutely fell in love with his character. It was so fun to play John Brooke, and now we're here to Wind in the Willows.
And who are you in this production?
I am Badger. I do have another small role as Rabbit, but my main role is Badger. And again, I absolutely fell in love with this character as John Brooke.
Right. Yes, how fun. And I'll tell you, if you haven't read The Wind in the Willows, I encourage you to do so. If I have read it, it's been a long time, so I'm rereading it now, and it's such a fun story
It is.
Yeah.
about a group of animals that get into all kinds of adventures, right?
Yes.
Yes, ma'am.
Yes.
That's fun, but it's not just for children.
No.
No.
There's some good moral lessons in it as well.
Good. And it's not a new story.
No, it is not. I think it was written in the early 1900s, something like
think
that.
so, yes.
1908 maybe.
Yes, I think
But,
I read that by Kenneth Graham.
It was really more of a British story.
Okay.
The children in England all read it in school, all know it.
Okay.
Here in America, it has not been as well published and publicized and read, but a lot of our American children knew it as well.
Right.
But the musical came from England, and it was originally done there.
Well, that sounds fun, and it's a musical.
Yeah.
Oh, how neat! I can't imagine little animals dancing and singing, but it sounds fun. I can't wait to see it.
It's a lot of fun.
It'll be great.
It's a very difficult musical production. We've got trying to sing in an accent.
Is that
speak in an accent?
very fun. It's very fun.
And sometimes we sound Australian, sometimes we sound British, sometimes we sound Irish. We got a little Scottish thrown in.
Oh no! Well,
But whatever comes out, comes out.
So how is that going, Seth? Learning a British accent.
Yeah, it's going great. I love it. It's definitely different. It's very fun to try to adapt and try to, it kind of brings out the character. You kind of, it really does. Because there's for especially my part with Badger, there's a lot of parts where I'm like screaming and like yelling.
Yeah.
not in like a, angry way, but that's just his character, and I love it. It just really brings out the character.
So you have to speak and be loud and sing it with a British accent.
Yep.
Oh,
Yes, ma'am.
lots
it's very
of
fun.
practice.
Yeah.
Lots of practice. And I always ask, whenever I have a student on, how do you find time to learn the lines? And you played football and you're involved in school and have homework, I know.
Well, school, it's very, you can't really take time out of school to learn for your lines. So you can take your book that she has here. This is our script, and sometimes during like free periods and like times where the teacher isn't really teaching, you can kind of just flip through your script and try to memorize lines. Sometimes you might look a little bit crazy in like class, just reading over lines, but yeah.
Talking to yourself.
Yeah, basically, yeah. I'll do that a lot.
That's great. I guess we all find time to do the things we want to do, don't we?
Yes,
that is so true.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
great. Well, tell me how was this particular production chosen? Wind in the Willows.
I think there was a group of about 5 people. My son and his wife were on the cast, a group, as well as the director, assistant director, and costume designer, and make up the production team to read through and listen to the music of several shows, and then pick the one that they thought was the funniest, the most entertaining, that audiences would enjoy the most, and what they liked the best.
Good. Yeah. Well, so it's not a one person deciding.
No,
it's a whole
it's
group.
generally a group.
I didn't think about makeup and choreography. You have to, because you have to have somebody to do all of that.
Oh yes. We have a pretty large team of people, plus the people in the sound booth who will be running the show for us, and all the backstage help that will be moving props and set pieces on and off. And
Wow.
so
It takes a large group.
it really does. It takes a village.
It does. It does. Now, there are school shows with this.
Yes.
Is that correct? What does that entail?
Well, you can go to the website as well, for the same website where you purchase the public tickets, but you can schedule your school shows, and those tickets are certainly reduced from our, but there will be on 2 shows on Tuesday, 2 shows on Thursday of the week in between our public performances. And you can go, and homeschools come, families sometimes come if they homeschool, but they're not with a homeschool group. And then as well as several of our local schools, and sometimes we'll have schools come from a good distance, near generally, and book the tickets ahead, so you make sure you have enough seats. But,
And it's at B.B. Comer
B.B. Comer.
High School. So you just have to run from class down to perform.
Yes, ma'am. Yeah.
That's great. And I think it's so important for kids to see live theater.
Yes.
There's just nothing like it.
No, there's not.
And especially to see people they know.
Yeah.
That's fun.
It's always kind of, nerve-wracking, doing that in front of your classmates. But it is very fun. It is very fun.
Well, I didn't know it, but I've seen you before. You're very good. Well, we're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Seth and Janie.
A funeral service represents a family's final farewell to their loved ones. Knowing this, we go beyond what is expected to ensure the ceremony is beautiful and memorable, a truly fitting tribute to that special life. We invite you to visit us to meet our staff and tour our renovated facility, complete with a new dining area and catering services. We've been serving the people of this area for over 40 years, and we think that you'll be pleased to find that making lasting impressions remains our first priority. Curtis & Son Funeral Home, Sylacauga, Childersburg. Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Sylacauga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Sylacauga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Seth Petit from B.B. Comer High School and Janie Giddens, who's been involved with SD PAC for several years,
Yes.
I know, and in music and for several years, I know. We're talking about SD PAC, Southern Dance and Performing Arts Company's production of Wind in the Willows, coming up February 27th, 28th, and March 1st, March 7th, and 8th. The time, 7 p.m. and 2 p.m., just look at the screen. This would be the best thing for me to try to explain it. And tickets are, I forgot how much.
$15 in advance, $20 at the door. So
20 at the
get them in
door.
advance, save that $5.
Yes, do that. Gosh, it's very easy to do too. Now, I know I was not as familiar with Wind in the Willows as I probably should have been. I'm reading the book. If I read it, it's been a long time ago, but I'm reading the book now, and it's very cute. I haven't finished it, but who are the characters? And I know maybe that's a big question. There are a lot of characters, but the main characters are mole, rat, toad, badger. Is that right?
Yes,
Yes,
pretty
ma'am.
much, yeah.
Tell me about Badger.
So Badger, if anybody has read the Harry Potter series and is familiar with Dumbledore, he's kind of he's very stern. Like he walks into a room and his presence is immediately, acknowledged. He's kind of the mentor. He kind of implements the moral story of Wind of the Willows into the story with song and stories of his past and all of his experiences, and he's just a very, very amazing character. I love him so much.
Okay.
Yes, yes.
Wow, that sounds fun. And Mole and Rat, you said, are
Well, Mole is my daughter-in-law Celia.
Yeah.
Rat is Miranda Sadler.
okay.
And then my son Michael plays Toad.
Toad, that's right. And is it just mostly about the four of them?
A good portion of the show is based on their adventures. If you remember this ride at Disney World, Mr. Toad's Wild Ride,
Yes.
it's been a long time ago. That's based on this story as well.
Oh,
And
okay.
Michael's character, Mr. Toad, gets into quite a lot of jams, and he's very headstrong, a little bit like my son,
Typecasting.
but very strong-willed, very very funny character, very self-involved, and so. To begin with, he doesn't seem to care too much for other people's opinions. It's his opinion that's important.
Okay.
But through the course of the show, and in Badger's encouragement, he does kind of come around and become a little more mellow. But it's a really, really entertaining and good moralist story too, as well. But quite funny.
Well, that sounds
Yeah.
fun. Yeah, I love something where I can go laugh.
Oh yes, you will.
Yeah.
You will definitely laugh at these adventures. Of course, Mole and Rat are friends, new friends who help with Toad's problems.
We all need good friends like that, don't
Yes,
we?
yes.
Friend is still a friend.
My character is Mrs. Otter, and I'm also the music director, so I've been trying to help the cast with their songs and trying to help them, with that. And
Yeah.
it's hard being in the show as well as being one of the
A character.
people who are trying to put it
Oh,
together.
I bet. Oh my
That's-
goodness.
There's not enough hours in the day sometimes.
No, and the script looks very big.
It is. Which this is
Yeah.
the vocal book as well as the script,
Okay.
but it's, about that much of it is script and about this much of it is music.
Yeah.
It's pretty full. It's a pretty full show.
I bet. Now, I know you said you're the musical director, and I know there's other people involved in it,
yes, yes.
choreographers.
Yes.
And I
Shaylin Vick is our choreographer.
Yes.
Of course, Patrick McDonald is our director.
Yes.
Delora Rayfield is our costume extraordinaire. She's our costume person. And Roxanne Parrish is the assistant director.
Okay.
And then there'll be people in the sound booth. Christy Dace and her husband. There'll be, lots of people backstage helping move things. So.
Lots of parents involved, right?
Oh yes, yes. We can't do things without our parents.
It's wonderful. And a lot of that, well, they're all volunteer, aren't they?
Yes.
Yes, gosh, I can't imagine. And I know some of these their children were involved in it, and their children are grown now, but they're still involved in the productions.
Yes, we've watched several
Roxanne is
grow
my
up
name,
from, Roxanne's girls
Yeah.
both did theater when I was in Silicaga. They did some things with me there, and also did some things with SCP.
Yeah.
So, and then she came over and started working with SDPAC a few years ago. But
Apparently they love it
yes.
because they're continuing to do it, right?
Yeah. I mean, it gets in your blood.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yes. Well, Seth, do you think you've got it in your blood now?
Honestly, ever since I was a kid, I've always been into acting. I've always been into movies, whether it be recording myself playing a video game or just talking about something with So I've always loved being in front of a camera or being in front of people doing theatrical stuff. And ever since Cinderella, I knew beginning with that first show that this is something I definitely love, and just I stayed with it, and this is something I definitely love to pursue in the future.
Maybe in college?
Yeah, that would, if the opportunity comes up, I would love to, take advantage of it.
I think this is one thing, and I don't know because I'm not involved in it, but you can either do it as your profession or just for fun. As a hobby, or a hobby, or just something you want to be involved with.
Yeah. And a lot of communities have community theaters, groups, and you can almost, no matter where you live, you can almost find something within driving distance that you can be involved in.
Right.
We have one couple who they're in shows all over the place. They'll go to Gadsden, they'll go to Montgomery, they'll go to Birmingham. And I have a friend who lives in Columbiana who does this all over. She's in a few little movies and different things. And she'll go wherever she can to be in a show.
She's got it in her blood.
She does.
She just
She definitely
wants to do it.
does.
That's great. And the age, I mean, your age doesn't matter. You can perform as a young child and then as an older
we have
adult.
an 11-year-old all the way up to 65
My goodness, that's great.
in this cast.
I think that's wonderful because it's something you can continue to do for a long time.
Yes.
Wow, that's great. Well, good luck to you, Seth. Maybe you'll get involved in something in college or as a hobby or whatever you want to do. Now, you have other people. I know you're the choreographer, makeup, set design, costumes. Is that Delora?
Yes, and I help her with the costumes generally because there's some things have to be purchased, and then there's some things that just have to be altered.
Yeah.
And so generally that's my job.
Okay.
It's the altering or the making if we have to make something.
Yeah. And I know you try to use what you have if you
Oh
can.
yes, and
to
we
cut down on
borrow.
expense.
We borrowed quite a lot of things from Sanford. Sanford actually has given us some things as well.
Oh,
So
okay.
we're starting to build it. We just need more storage.
Yeah. Oh, don't we all
Doesn't
need
everyone?
more storage? I think. Great. Well, listen, we're going to pause for a commercial break, and we'll be right back and talk some more with Seth and Janie.
Coosa Valley Medical Center, one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama, is also Silicaga's largest employer. Services from the emergency room to surgery to cancer treatment to post-stroke care. You won't believe what's right in your backyard. It's Coosa Valley Medical Center in Silicaga. So, if you're sick in Alabama, choose one of the top 10 hospitals in Alabama. That is Coosa Valley Medical Center.
There's a lot in life to smile about. Are loose dentures or missing teeth keeping you from enjoying the things you love? Don't miss out on enjoying life's precious moments. You can be you again with affordable mini dental implants. You can smile again, laugh out loud, and have your self-confidence back. Let us help you make it memorable.
I'm Dr. Rick Redmond. Call me today for a free consultation and give me the opportunity to change your life.
The all-new Marble City Pharmacy in Silicaga is your destination for the highest quality health care. Our remodeled and expanded pharmacy gives us the space to serve more patients. We've added a drive-through window for those times when you don't feel like getting out of your vehicle. And we still offer delivery within city limits. We feature a full line of over-the-counter medications and supplements. And don't forget our stunning new gift department. New building, same great people. Marble City Pharmacy, here for life.
Welcome back to Library Connection. I'm talking with Seth Petit from B.B. Comer High School and Janie Giddens. They're with Southern Dance and Performing Arts Company's production of The Wind in the Willows. We won't right now, but before we finish, we'll go over the dates and the times and all those things like that. I know you both are wearing T-shirts, Wind in the Willows T-shirts. Tell us about those.
Well, one of our actual cast members, Keegan, now Vic, almost said master, is our marketing designer. So she designed our T-shirts and our posters, and is working on the program right now. So, but these will be available for sale at the show for $25 if you're interested. I have one friend who always wants a T-shirt from every show we do. She has a collection as large as mine, I'm sure.
Oh my goodness! And you know, you mentioned she designed the shirts and the program and the posters. There's a whole lot of behind the scenes.
Oh, yes, ma'am.
Goodness. And I know y'all are, well, you're behind the scenes too. You're mostly on stage, I guess.
Yes, ma'am.
But there, I'm sure, are other things have to be done.
Yeah.
Sets, set design.
Yeah, it's all hands on deck the day we put up set. Generally, the actors and production team and parents and anybody who can come help are there for put up and take down.
Right. Makeup. Now, I know trying to make you look like a badger, that seems like that would be crazy.
Yeah.
But, and you mentioned it's mostly just headgear, things
I
like
think
that.
we're gonna, mostly headbands with ears and things like that, tails attached. These animals are clothed in normal street clothes anyway.
And
So-
they act like people. They're taking
Yes.
picnics
They
and
do.
riding in boats and things like that.
Yeah. So we're animals, but we're acting as people, speaking, and talking. There are a couple of roles that are human in the show, but mostly all animals.
Now, Seth, you said you're Badger and you're someone else?
I also play Rabbit at the beginning of the story. So that is one of my only changes that I have to do, which I'm very grateful for.
I bet you
Yeah.
a lot of changing clothes and everything going on in the
Yes,
back.
ma'am.
What is your favorite part of the production?
Oh man, that's tough because like almost every scene is just amazing. I love this stuff. But I would definitely have to say Badger's first song when he's in his house with Mole and Ratty.
Yeah.
They're kind of talking about Toad and how weird he is. But then Badger kind of he flips the switch and he kind of just shows them that a friend is still a friend. Yeah.
That's true. That's true. We all have those friends that are a little strange, or maybe I am that friend that's a little strange. I don't know. You never know where you fall in there. But I think this will be a lot of fun. Advertising programs, social media. That's how I find out about what's going on my phone, on Facebook or different things like that.
Yes, and of course we'll have signs. We've printed posters and we're putting them in different locations to publicize. But yes, word of mouth certainly helps us a lot.
That's true. Well, if anybody's been to one of your productions, they probably want to come to the others.
Let's
So
hope
do
so.
follow and keep up with that. You also have sponsors, and I know that you may still be in the process of getting some.
Yes, and I don't even know who all they are. The Alabama Council of Arts does give us grant money every year to help, and the productions cost a lot. Of course, the people who are in the production, we pay a cast fee that helps go towards paying for the rights. Musicals are much higher royalty than just a regular play, and so our cast fee is much higher for a musical than it is for just a straight play.
Okay. And I guess I never thought about you have to buy the rights to put on the production. You can't just print it out and do it, huh?
Yeah.
And I guess I know there are great reasons why somebody wrote it.
Oh yeah,
So,
yeah, and they got to get paid for it.
That's true. That's true. They've done the hard work of that.
They put the work into it. Yes.
Yeah. Well, Janie, what's your favorite part?
Oh goodness. Well, I play 3 characters.
Okay.
And I jump back and forth. I start as Mrs. Otter, and then I jump into the horse, and then I go back to Mrs. Otter, and then I become a mouse, and then I go back to Mrs. Otter. So I'm changing costumes quite a lot in the back. I'm not sure exactly how much changing there will be because I'm not sure exactly what each costume's going to look like yet.
Sure, yeah.
Hopefully, I can wear the same base and just change a little bit.
Yeah.
But,
Still in process.
I do love the Otter character. She's funny to me. She is, no spoilers here, but she does have has a little problem that she's trying to work out, and she needs Badger's help for.
Okay.
And so constantly she's coming in either crying or yelling or upset about something because she can't find her child.
Okay.
And so there's a lot of that, but she's got a really fun song early on in the show, and I think she's probably my favorite of my three characters, definitely.
Good. Well, I'll have to be sure and look for that. And I know y'all have a great time. Some of the people that I see, Miranda, Madison, Shaylin, I've seen them in several productions,
Yes.
but it's nice to have those returning people, but you always are looking for new talent.
Exactly,
Sure,
yes.
yeah.
We definitely need more voices and bodies on stage and people to do parts. We'd love to, anyone come out and audition for the next show. The next thing that will be happening is our summer production for children, which is only like a 3-week camp. And the ages are usually from 6 to 16 or something along those lines. So it's limited. Then usually in late summer, we do a production that's just a straight play. Last year was Little Women, and the year before was Harvey. So I don't know what this year's will be, but and then there's usually a musical at this time of the year, which auditions in the fall. So it's a full year.
It is. As soon as you finish one, you're starting on the next one.
Yeah.
There's not really a pause in between.
Right. Well, I will be looking to see what's coming next, because I know I've talked with your director, Patrick, and he's planning for the whole year,
Yes.
always planning.
Yes, make plans. The summer production for children is Aladdin Jr.
Oh,
I do know that, but I don't know beyond that what the next show is. So.
That'll be great.
Yeah.
Well, we've got about a minute left. Let's talk again about when it is. It's Wind in the Willows, February. There it is. There's the director, musical director, and choreographer Shaylin, who is awesome. She's a great dancer.
She is. She's wonderful.
Throw that in there. There, purchase your tickets at sdpack.net or call that number. And you see the dates there, 27th, 28th at 7 p.m., March 1st and 7th at 7, and March 8th at 2 p.m. So there is an afternoon performance. And if they have a class or a group of students they want to come, do they?
The same number, the sdpack.net, or the telephone number to book school shows, which are on Tuesday and Thursday of that week in between.
Okay. All at B.B. Comer High School. Well, gosh, thank you guys so much. Thank you, Seth, for skipping your first period class here to come. And
It was such a hardship.
Thank y'all so much for coming in, and I look forward to seeing Wind in the Willows.
Thanks,
Yes, ma'am. Thank you.
And thank you for joining us on Library Connection.